Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of r/AITA. In today's episode, AITA for telling my wife's friend she is too old and ugly after she repeatedly asked my 19-year-old son to take off his shirt. He was getting uncomfortable. AITA for wearing a bikini even though my sister just had a baby. AITA for overreacting after my wife lied about our baby's gender. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. AITA for telling my wife's friend she is too old and ugly after she repeatedly asked my 19-year-old son to take off his shirt. He was getting uncomfortable. My family had a small get-together at my house. One of my wife's friends was over. She is unmarried, I think she is 45 to 47. We aren't too close to her since she lives pretty far away. She was over our house and she started complimenting my son. My son is 19. It starts off innocent, but as time goes on it gets more and more crossing the line. When we were out on my deck, she starts telling my son to take his shirt off. What's the point of going to the gym if no one will see it? My son is visibly uncomfortable and tries to shut her down. She repeatedly is asking and is getting more aggressive with it. I interject and I am like, "Hey Kathy, I think you are a bit too old and ugly for my son." This got her upset really quickly, and she excuses herself to the bathroom and starts crying. My wife goes to comfort her, and then later she leaves. At the end of it, my wife is super angry with me for saying that I should have said, "Hey Kathy, looks like you had too much to drink or something else." I told my wife that Kathy, by the way this is not her real name, works a corporate job, she has had training on this and that she knows better. And our son was uncomfortable. He is 18 plus, but he doesn't know how to deal with an adult, let alone someone saying that in our house. I told my wife flat out that if I was to invite a guy friend and he was to ask to see our daughter in a bikini, my wife would have called the police. She says it's different. I tell her that I was way kinder to Kathy than I would have been had a guy said something like that to our daughter. And I told my wife that Kathy needs to apologize to my son before she can ever come into our house again. Overall, I think I was fair. If Kathy just said it once and I said that I think I would be the asshole, but the fact she kept repeating it, that's why I said it. And I wanted her to get the message that yes, I am upset, that's why I included the ugly part. NTA. Double standard no more. I wouldn't let her around my boy anymore. I would be livid if a husband's friend was telling my daughter the same type of things. I really want to say ESH. I don't think that saying, "Hey Kathy, you're old and ugly LOL" is the best way to about this. What would you have said if she was 30 years old and beautiful? A better way of handling it would be to say something like, "Kathy, your behavior is crossing a line and needs to stop immediately. If you don't stop, then you will need to leave." A firm statement like that will get the point across just as well, without hurting anyone, and shows your son how to handle conflict like an adult. ESH accept the son. Your friend for sexually harassing your son, you for bringing her age and appearance into the picture, and your wife for saying it's different because it's your son and not your daughter. NTA. Thank you for being a good parent and defending your son. How your wife thought it wasn't an issue is beyond me regardless of gender. What her friend did is a form of harassment. It is also downright creepy that woman would sexualize her friend's son. You did great, don't let your wife make you think otherwise. Exactly, the fact that the mother doesn't have a problem with her friend trying to get with her son in the dust place is kinda disturbing. NTA. AITA for wearing a bikini even though my sister just had a baby? Basically the title. I, 26F, am on a family vacation, parents, sister Rachel, 30, her son, 1, her husband Adam, 31, and my husband and our daughter, 2. We are by the sea and yesterday was the first time we'd be going to a beach club. My sister asked me not to wear a bikini or anything revealing because she said both she and Adam are not feeling the best about her postpartum body and she really doesn't want to bring the topic up. I said I was sorry she feels that way, but I wasn't going to spend a day roasting under an umbrella, unable to swim or enjoy myself. I said tons of women would be in bikinis, so I didn't see why I made a difference. We went to the beach and Rachel was a wreck all day and refused to come with us to the beach today. My parents are now saying I'm the for not just wearing a cover-up that you can still swim in, and that if I keep wearing swimwear it's going to ruin the trip. AITA? Edit Adam and the body thing. Yes, you read it right. Rachel didn't elaborate, but I presume Adam has made some kind of comments because several times during and after Rachel's pregnancy, he asked me about my postpartum diet/workout regimen. I was vague about it but did end up telling him I'd had surgery and various non-invasive treatments and that diet/exercise was not the deciding factor. He stopped asking. NTA. I'm sorry, her husband is not feeling the best about her postpartum body? Your bikini is not the cause of her being a wreck. Her own insecurity, which her husband is likely contributing to, is. This is a garbage situation, but you're not responsible for it. Her husband doesn't feel good about her postpartum body? I think I've found the root of her insecurities. Do guys not seriously realize the trauma a woman's body goes through during pregnancy and after? It is such a traumatic event that I am baffled he is worried about her postpartum body. NTA, and also, why is Adam not feeling good about his wife's postpartum body? Maybe he should gestate the next one and see if that works out better for his aesthetic needs while his wife critiques how he looks. Edited, because I thought both kids were hers, but honestly Adam is an even bigger asshole if he is making his wife feel badly after having a baby after her first experience of pregnancy, childbirth, and mothering. At least nobody will lose Adam at the beach with him waving the giant red flag. NTA. NTA, but your sister needs an urgent Adamectomy as soon as possible. NTA. She and Adam are not feeling the best about her body. Her husband is the That dude said something about your body that made her feel shitty. I guarantee it. 100% I'd put money on he is constantly comparing your sister was back to this by now so on. Again, not Op's fault at all, but would explain why she's the target for sister's insecurities ATM. Right? It's super weird that she's randomly the line and that apparently Adam feels bad about her body too. Something was said and she decided to make it OP's problem. NTA. What is wrong with her husband? She carried his child around for 9 months and he doesn't feel the best about her body? WTF? I get her not feeling 100% about her body, but the husband, I certainly hope he didn't verbalize his concerns about her body. Who raises people to act like this? The husband is 100% TA here. AITA for overreacting after my wife lied about our baby's gender? I, 32M, and my wife, 25F, are expecting our first child. I've reacted in ways I'm now questioning and need outside perspective. Background: my childhood was a tumultuous one. Growing up, I always craved a strong male figure in my life. I never had that bond with my father and always envisioned having it with a son. My wife was aware of this deep-rooted desire. During her first pregnancy appointments, I was on an essential business trip. These trips, though draining, are critical since I'm the only breadwinner, trying to ensure a different life for my child than I had. In my absence, my wife and her adopted mother attended the checkups. Upon my return, she excitedly told me we were having a boy. We invested emotionally and financially, a blue nursery, boy-themed items, even naming him after my late grandfather. However, a chance remark from her mother disclosed we're having a girl. My wife admitted she knew from the beginning but didn't tell me, thinking she was protecting my feelings. I was devastated, feeling the weight of past hurts and fresh betrayals. In my pain, I cleared out the nursery and, in a moment I regret, told her mother she wasn't welcome at upcoming family events, seeing her as part of the deceit. I acted out of deep-seated emotions and past traumas. I love my wife and regret my reactions, but I feel lost. AITA for how I responded? ESH. I cannot imagine why she thought it would be less painful for you to think you were having a boy and then disappoint you later. Getting your hopes up accomplishes nothing. That said, you very much did overreact in clearing out the nursery and disinviting her mother from coming over. This reaction is crazy, and you talking about this pain and devastation surrounding having a girl is probably the reason she was afraid to tell you. Because she probably wants to be excited about this child and didn't want to deal with you acting like it's something devastating that it's a girl. Also, you are projecting way too much on an unborn child. What if you did have a boy, but he wasn't as interested in this intense father-son relationship that you are craving? Can any real-life father-son relationship actually even live up to the one in your head that is supposed to heal your past wounds? Your kids are real people, don't set them up for failure by having all these weird expectations for how they will better your existing traumas. I was on your side until I read comments about how you'd have been a little sad to have a girl. Gross. YTA for creating an environment that made your wife lie to avoid dealing with your reaction. I bet he's been vocal about wanting a son the past few months, so when she found out it's a girl she was probably scared of what his reaction would be. YTA. Our children do not exist to fix us. Your happiness is not your child's purpose. You are already a bad father. Info, be very honest. How would you have reacted if she told you it was a girl up front? I'm curious about this too. I think there are bigger problems here. Why did she feel she couldn't be honest as soon as she knew? So if you have another child, are you going to prefer the son over your daughter? I'm the adult daughter in a family dynamic like this, and the preferential treatment is very obvious and extremely hurtful. YTA, your wife shouldn't have lied, but your reaction was so wildly inappropriate and completely proves her fear right. You packed up the nursery and basically screamed to the world that a girl child is valueless, not worth preparing for or being excited about. I feel bad for your wife, and worse for your daughter. Honestly, if I was the wife, I would divorce him. What if they have a son next and he doesn't even love his female kid? So weird, really. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and we will see you in the next video.